Welcome to the Fox Learn. Now I need to write a test. Visual Studio has provided me with a test class to get me started in a file called unittest1.cs, but that's not a very informative name. I need to call it something else. There are various schools of thought as to how you should structure your unit tests. Some developers advocate one test class for each class you wish to test, but I like the style where you write a class for each scenario in which you want to test a particular class, with one method for each of things that should be true about your code in that scenario. As you've probably guessed from the project names I've chosen, our program will only have one behavior. It will display a hello, world, message when it runs. This test should verify that the program prints out the required message when it runs. The test itself is very simple, but unfortunately, getting to the point where we can run the test is a bit more involved. I will explain each of the features in this file once I've shown the program itself. 4. Now, the most interesting part of this is that it defines some behavior we want our program to have. The test states that the program's output should be the message hello, world. If it's not, this test will report a failure. The test itself is pleasingly simple, but the code that sets things up for the test is a little awkward. The problem here is that the obligatory first example that all programming books are required by law to show isn't very amenable to unit testing of individual classes, because you can't really test anything less than the whole program. We want to verify that the program prints out a particular message to the console. In a real application, you'd probably devise some sort of abstraction for output, and your unit tests would provide a fake version of that abstraction for test purposes. Normally, a unit test will, by definition, test some isolated and usually small part of the program. But in this case, the program is so simple that there is only one feature of interest, and that feature executes when we run the program. This means my test will need to invoke the program's entry point. I could have done that by launching my Hello World program in a whole new process. Instead, I'm just invoking the program's entry point directly. In a C# application, the entry point is usually a method called main defined in a class called program. Thank you for watching this video.